In 1932, deep in the Mississippi Delta, the two brothers are about to return home after 12 years away. Smoke and Stack, known as the Smokestack Twins, are WDI veterans who survived the trenches of Germany only to become enforcers for Al Capone in Chicago. But now they're coming back to their roots with a dangerous plan. The twins arrive in their hometown of Clarksdale, Mississippi, looking like money in their expensive suits and carrying rolls of cash. Michael B. Jordan plays both brothers in a stunning dual performance, with Smoke being the colder, more ruthless twin, while Stack shows more compassion. They've returned with one goal: to open a juke joint that will give their community a place of freedom in the oppressive Jim Crow South. The brothers purchase an abandoned sawmill from a racist white owner and begin transforming it into their dream venue. They need help, so they recruit their talented cousin Sammy, known as Preacher Boy, who possesses an otherworldly gift for blues guitar that seems to transcend time itself. Stack reconnects with his former lover Mary, played by Haley Steinfeld, a woman so light-skinned that many mistake her for white. Their reunion is passionate but complicated by the racial tensions of the era. Meanwhile, Smoke faces his own past with Annie, a powerful hoodoo practitioner who he abandoned years ago after their child died. The twins assemble their team for opening night. They hire Delta Slim, a broken-down blues musician played by Delroy Lindo, who agrees to perform in exchange for Irish whiskey. They also recruit a Chinese couple to handle the bar and various locals to help with security and food preparation. As the sun sets on opening night, the juke joint comes alive with music, dancing, and celebration. Sammy's guitar playing creates a mystical experience that seems to connect the present with both African ancestry and the future of black music. In one transcendent scene, his music conjures visions of drummers from across time and space. But the celebration attracts unwanted attention. Three mysterious white strangers approach the juke joint, singing haunting Irish folk songs. Led by a charismatic man named Remick, they request entry to the establishment, but something about them feels deeply wrong. The Smokestack Twins, suspicious of these uninvited guests, refuse them entry. In vampire lore, the undead cannot enter without permission. But these aren't ordinary party crashers. They're ancient Irish vampires, and they have other ways of getting what they want. The vampires manipulate Mary into coming outside to speak with them. Once they have her under their influence, they gain access to the juke joint. What follows is a horrific transformation as the celebration turns into a bloodbath. The vampires reveal their true nature, complete with glowing red eyes and razor-sharp fangs. The horror escalates as the vampires begin converting the juke joint patrons into their undead army. In a terrifying sequence, they perform an Irish step dance while their new converts join them, creating a nightmarish cult ritual. The message is clear: submit to their control or die. Smoke and Stack must use all their combat skills from the war and their criminal experience to fight back. But they're not just battling monsters, they're fighting against a supernatural force that represents the ultimate form of white supremacy, seeking to destroy black joy and freedom. Sammy's music becomes a weapon in the fight, his guitar playing having the power to both attract and repel the supernatural forces. The film suggests that his musical gift might come from the same crossroads where blues legend Robert Johnson allegedly sold his soul to the devil. The battle reaches its climax as the juke joint becomes a war zone. Bodies pile up, blood flows freely, and the twins must make impossible choices to protect their community. The film's aspect ratio expands to show the full scope of the carnage as Ludwig Jew Ranson's blues tinged score transforms into grinding metal. In the aftermath of the supernatural war, the survivors must deal with the consequences of the night's events. Stack and Smoke face the reality that their attempt to create a safe space for their people has been shattered by forces beyond their control. The film concludes with multiple endings that explore the fate of each character. Sammy's story comes full circle as he seeks redemption at his father's church, while the twins must decide whether to stay and rebuild or flee once again. A post-credits sequence featuring blues legend Buddy Guy hints at the larger mythology that Ryan Coogler has created around the power of music and the price of freedom. Sinners is ultimately a story about the cost of trying to claim your piece of the American dream while being black in America. It uses vampire horror as a metaphor for the systemic forces that seek to drain the life and joy from black communities, while celebrating the power of music and community to resist even supernatural evil.